Welcome back to the Auction Brief, cutting through the narratives and the noise to bring you the best auction draft insight and strategy in the business. And now here's your host, Drew Davenport.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of the Auction Brief video series. Today, I want to talk about the number one beginner mistake I see in auction draft rooms. Before we get started, don't forget you can find me on Twitter at DrewFBGAuctions. And you can find my writing over at footballguys.com. And finally, if you like these 2-minute videos, you're going to love my brand new podcast that just dropped Episode 1 last Thursday. Episode 2 is coming this Thursday, May the 20th. So what is the number one beginner mistake I see in all auction draft rooms? Taking yourself out of the auction too early. Now I know it sounds easy to say, well, you gotta save some money, obviously. But that's easier said than done when you're sitting in a draft room and you see elite players flying off the board. The problem is, if you're new to auctions or you're new to this particular auction room, you need to be paying attention to what constitutes a value in that particular room, because it changes in every auction room. Early on in your auction drafting experience or in a new room, you need to be going for only easily identifiable values. That means sometimes you're going to let a player go that you think is a good value, but you can't jump on every single value. If you try to buy every single player that you think is a good deal, you'll run out of money really fast. Beginners need to remember, you must walk the tightrope between spending your money too fast and not spending it fast enough. I discussed this more in depth in part 1 of my Mastering the Auction Draft series over on Football Guys, and this week's episode of my brand new podcast, The Auction Brief, is going to discuss beginner mistakes in depth. Head over to my podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, search The Auction Brief, and consider subscribing, giving a rating or review, and tune in to find out all the things I have to say about beginner mistakes in auctions. Thank you so much for listening. The Auction Brief is adjourned.